everyone. Welcome to another interesting episode of Athena Leadership Talks. In today's episode, we would like to talk about research, significance of it, and how imperative it is in our career growth. And also, we'll talk about how budding researchers should look at it. Myself, Sudipta Mitra, I am working in capacity of a delivery manager. I'm been with this organization for more than 7 years now.
Hello everyone, my name is Riddhi and I work in the capacity of a consultant. I've been with the organization for more than about 2 years now.
My name is Ayushi. I work in the capacity of a consultant. I've been with the organization for 4 years and I work in the operations team.
As we're a part of the management consulting industry, we understand that research is the engine of this industry. Everything is driven by data and research and insights. And the literal meaning of research is that it is a systematic and a creative approach undertaken to increase the stock of knowledge. Now, two very important keywords here are creative and systematic. Creative because it is specific to one's own, approach or methodology, the keywords, the way you play around with the keywords and the platforms that you explore in, digging out some piece of information. We understand that there is plethora of information available on the internet. So you need to have a very, structured and a very systematic approach towards research in order to not get lost in the abundant information that is available there.
Right. So I think, yes, research, be it business development, be it operations, it is equally important. The approach can be a little different for both the departments, but the focus and what we are trying to get out of research is in the similar lines.
Absolutely. That's why we say it's very, very creative to each on its own. The way we are approaching towards a particular problem statement will be very, very unique to each and every individual brain working behind it. And I would also like to talk about another very, very interesting engagement which we did for one of our clients, which is a multi-billion-dollar organization in South Africa. They are into financial services. So we did a very, very extensive research for them wherein we mapped the entire talent topography available for a particular division. So we did entire competitive analysis wherein we mapped the entire hierarchy. We did n and n-1 mapping, and also we did highlight the specialization each of these leaders were into, and along with that we did try to share the details so as to understand the type of market landscape was available, what compensation they were currently placed at, and all of these information has certainly helped our client to benchmark, because that time they were augmenting a particular division. So they wanted this information to see that where they stand in terms of their competitive analysis and how they can build this team further. So I think this information which we shared with them was very, very helpful. They did hire 3 to 4 leaders and they built their vertical.
We worked a lot in different geographies, and like you said, you've worked for Latin, then we've worked for South Africa. We've done a lot of work in the US. So I'll just highlight another project that we sort of managed in the US region, which was for a US based client, and we were supposed to hire the leader. I think the most amount of extensive research if I've done somewhere, it has to do with this mandate. It was a crazy research,
I'm sure.
And we had to, if nothing less than 500 odd people we had mapped in the entire US region, and I might be wrong with the numbers here a little bit on and off, but 110% sure it was nothing less than 500 or even more. That was the extensive research that we did, and the amount of presentations and the calculations and the terms and the amount of people and where they are and what they're doing, and the amount of mapping and understanding we had to showcase to our client. That was, I think, probably in every second or the third meeting, because it had to be done like that. It was a very, very senior role. It was a very strategic role, to say so, and that's where the importance of research is. You take unusual steps, you take steps which are needed according to your mandate and your projects, and then you deliver it accordingly. So I think that was one of the hardest searches I've done in my 4 years time. Right. We've done a lot of research work, we've done a lot of mandates, but I think this has to take
this stood out.
This stood out when we talk about research.